Alright, so that was good. We're here at Project Ice. We're currently in an old ice cooler. If you're wondering where we are, this is a derelict, just rundown cooler. But we turned it into an opportunity to have a conversation and make some content. So I sitting here with the one and only Leon. Leon, what's good?
What's going on? Glad to see you again.
Good, yeah, man. Last time we talked was Hamian Magazine digitally. Now we in person. Actually getting to sit down and have a conversation. So I thought that'd be a cool time to talk a little bit about music, but touch some other stuff as well too, because it's much more than the music; it's the whole culture. So the first question is, tell me what type of headspace you are in right now, having recently dropped the project.
Headspace, I'm more in the areas of promotion, getting videos done, and all of the other things outside of recording that goes into music that nobody really talks about, you know? So promoting music videos. Of course I got new content that we create, but push the brakes a little bit and, extend on all the other opportunities.
So talk to me a little bit about the meaning and the vision behind the last project.
Dare You 2 was a continuation of Dare You EP that dropped in 2019. And due to quarantine, we actually had an album that was in the making, but quarantine hold that up. So we made something else into a continuation of that last project. So that was more of the headspace we was in when we created that. But yeah, I mean, I feel personally that it was the right time to drop a project at that time, so I just got one out the way. But I have something better that's in the making.
What are some of the standout songs from that project, or maybe what's some of your own personal favorites?
My personal favorite has to be Prom Night, personally.
Why?
It's an emotional song, like it can take you anywhere. But if I'm just vibing, leaving the party, it'll be something else that I like.
What do most of the themes around your music stem around? Obviously, right now, in a post-COVID era, we can go out and socialize like how we used to. Have you found yourself changing those themes, or are you sticking to the same themes that you originally were in?
Well, I try to keep a mask on me, so now I'm outside a little bit more, but before it was just, staying in the house and going off of my own situations that I already have going on. Because we still got situations going on in the house. So that's basically what it stemmed off on my own personal experiences in life and different interactions with people.
What do you do when maybe you find yourself having to make music that is bringing up those same experiences? Like, what happens when you kind of run out of experiences or hit a dry point in life where you don't have as much inspiration to draw from?
That's the thing. Like my life, I'd say it isn't negative, crazy, but a lot of stuff happens, like spirals and stuff like. And as long as you keep going out and living life, and don't deter from outside the studio, you'll always have stuff that you go off. And then I think I'm already an emotional person, like a lot of people tell you that. So I kind of say I'm very in tune with them. So I don't think they're going nowhere right now, but I do want to get into a lot of other stuff though.
Do you think that emotional side of your music is what makes a lot of people gravitate towards it?
Yeah, because I do my best to try and make sure you feel what I'm feeling while I'm doing that, Even if you play it at a different time in your life or I play it at a different time in mine, I remember what that was like putting down or where I was at headspace wise, putting that down, so.
What is it like to see your music get such good reception? I mean, even On My Mind is still running up big stream numbers. How does that feel to see music getting such a good feedback and continuing to live on and do well?
It feels good, mind you, but it's a lot of pressure. But I like the pressure because we coming from a place where it's not really, I'd say, up to par with everywhere else around the world. We kind of like a little back in years, but I like being under the pressure. So hope to see good things out of it.
Do you feel like even though On My Mind has done well, it has, I don't want to say created some type of a shadow, but created like a objective. They almost you have to follow it up or match that same expectation or outperform that.
Yeah, but like I said, I like it, and you know, behind the scenes, a lot of people do tell me which songs they like more than On My Mind, or some people like On My Mind more than every other song, and that's fine. You know, I try to make music for any and everybody. Like that's another goal I had with Dare You Too, or the album, so to say. So I wanted it to be at least one song on there for everybody. You know.
And I think, I mean, even at the end of the day, something like On My Mind, it serves a different purpose than most of the other music. It could be that On My Mind is like that song that is your communication to everybody. You know, that's something that's their introduction to Leon.
Definitely.
You know, and then from there you get to learn more about the artist and the artistry and the rest of the content that comes from there. Looking back over such a wide discography, all these songs that you have dropped, which periods in time do you kind of look back to with a lot of nostalgia? Like, you know, I remember when I was this many years old making music, or I remember back in this year, and it was just, I'd say, one of your most productive times in terms of making something that you really enjoyed.
Enjoyed? That's a good word to use. Definitely 2015 when I made Frustration. A lot of people still like that song and still listen to the song to this day. Mind you, in my opinion, it's out of era. But you go back and listen to it, it's like it'll put you in that era, you know? So that's one of mine that I like. Personally, that takes me to a different place.
How has the music changed since 2015? Where do you remember yourself being at that point in time, and what's different now?
Definitely more rapping. It was more
singing it.
No singing like that.
Yeah.
It was more poetry and outlet. You know, and that's what Frustration is one of those songs. You listen to it, it's completely an outlet. Like I'm raging on stuff that's frustrated.
Yeah.
So that's one of mine personally.
What did you record that on?
MXL 770 in my room. I was actually not in Nassau at the time. I was in Broward County for high school, but I made that and then I moved back home the next one.